What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we have a new TDN mock that just dropped. So of course we got to get a live reaction to it. The draft order is not updated, so a little bit unfortunate. We do not have a mock draft coming today, but it will be coming tomorrow. Keep your ears and eyes tuned out for that, and of course keep the notifications on so you guys know exactly when it drops. So let's get into it. No need for an intro. If you guys are new, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, know what to do. Starting off, number one pick, Texans getting KT. I mean, KT is a dominant threat, man. He is, but I can't complain. I can't complain at this point. Spencer Rattler, I mean, what, he just put up 76 against the most bummy school. No offense. I believe it was Western Carolina. I might be wrong about that. Regardless, Kayvon is an absolute freak of nature. It's so funny. I was watching the game, Ohio State versus Oregon, and every time that there was like nothing going on the field, like it was intermittent, like an intermission period, or like just some time where there was nothing actually really going on, the camera was on KT. It's like the poor guy could not get out of the camera light. It was hilarious. But regardless, really damn good talent. I cannot complain whatsoever. We're gonna turn up the screen brightness here because my camera is going crazy. But yeah, it's a great pick overall. I love Evan Neal as my number one guy in the draft. KT number two. Who really cares? You're getting generational style talents. I love it. Number two, Lions getting Kyle Hamilton. Sorry to spoil that next pick, but I love that pick too. Kyle Hamilton. Very weird to see a safety, a defensive back, go number two overall. However, I think he's earned it after his Florida State performance. I mean, he's absolutely amazing. People think that I did not like him. It's like he is my number 6 guy in the draft. People just didn't know how much I loved Brandon Joseph before he put on weight and then decided to become a different player. We'll get into that breakup soon enough. But Kyle Hamilton, extremely talented player, could be an extreme difference maker at the next level. You don't really see guys built like him, and mentally and physically at the same time. It's crazy. So really damn good pick there. I can't take Evan Neal there. Again, it's a little too disrespectful to put him at like a guard spot. Taylor Decker just got a new contract, and Penei Sewell is an absolute beast as well. So, I mean, the Lions, personally, I think that would be a really good trade spot for them to just slightly kick out. We will be probably doing trades in the next mock draft. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a weird draft order, but we'll get through it. But next, we got the Bengals with Evan Neal. It is absolutely a perfect fit. Joe Burrow already got dropped 5 times. So there is a definite need for Evan Neal to be there right now. So I don't think these are not the updated. This is just like their original, I guess you can call it original rankings. So again, draft order is not up to date. Unfortunate, but of course it is week 1. Draft order doesn't really mean much right at the moment. But still, Evan Neal, really damn good talent right there. They desperately need help on the offensive line. Jets getting Derek Stingley. I think that the Jets definitely need cornerback help a lot, and Derek Stingley is arguably the best one out there. He did have a bit of a slip up, and he's had some slip ups in the past. Again, I think if you see any corner, even Jalen Ramsey has had slip ups, it might just be that LSU might not be running the right defense for him right now. I don't know. I'm just hypothesizing because Derek Stingley in his freshman year was unbelievable. So we know how good he is. It's just sometimes it doesn't translate on the field. And I think certain people, even in my comment section, overreact to people having a bad game here or there. It happens to everybody. Tom Brady's had bad games, and we're calling him the greatest of all time, right? Obviously, consistency over time is what makes players great. Jaguars get to Marvin Leal. I can't complain about that either. They desperately need offensive line help, but I mean, especially after Jackson Kirkland got destroyed by Aidan Hutchinson, which, yes, the person who keeps commenting about Aidan Hutchinson, he just moved into my top 32 for sure. He looked dominant. He developed a lot. I really like that. But DeMarvin Leal is an absolute freak. I saw him again. Like, he's the only reason I think Texas A&M can win. Really, I don't think Texas A&M is that good of a team. I've always thought they're extremely overrated, and people call me crazy for it. I mean, people are kind of insane. But it's whatever. We'll leave it on the table right there. DeMarvin Leal, unbelievable threat. And the Jaguars desperately need the help. If Houston Texans are putting up 37 on you, you need something to go right. And DeMarvin is the best value at that pick. Eagles getting Spencer Rattler. After Jalen Hurts' performance, This was released today, so I hate the fact that the thing keeps darkening. I think that this is a bit of an overreaction. I mean, a bit of an underreaction to the fact that Jalen Hurts actually could play. If he's able to perform at that level, it's like, you got to realize that there's other problems on the team. They have a really good team for sure, but it's like, I assume if they're saying, hey, they're at number 6 overall, Jalen Hurts was probably like having a really good game, but can't be consistent enough to be a starter. Okay, I got you. Spencer Rattler has a really damn good arm. He just has some playmaking, his decision-making issues. They are out there. They're definitely present. So just watch out for that in the future. I've always been a bit skeptical of Spencer in terms of his decision-making, but he does have a very unique and very talented arm. Falcons getting Olave at 7. No. I love Olave. He's a really good receiver. Drop issues, yes. But taking a receiver at 7 overall when they're not generational. Like, I thought Chris Olave was probably going to be around 25 on my board last year. So even if he does I usually boost him up about like half of their value. Even if he is at 12, it's not worth it for the Falcons to do this pick. It's really not. You have corner issues. Your entire defense is crap. Not to be rude, but I mean, you lost terribly to the Eagles, right? The Eagles were able to march all over the Falcons. So there is definitely room to improve. And Chris Olave is not the 7th best player in the class, not at all. So again, no disrespect to Chris Olave, it's just that, oh God. We're just going to forget about Chris Olave. Jordan Davis at 8 overall. That is such a Raiders move. I hope to God he says like, oh, this isn't what I would do, but this is what Raiders would do. The Raiders just no. Jordan Davis is somebody I'm a big fan of. Broshmo doesn't like Jordan Davis that much. I'm high on him compared to Broshmo, but it's like at 8 overall, Jordan Davis is a freak. But dang, dude, you're seeing guys who could be taken in the 6th round making a big impact. Marlon Tuipulotu made the roster, and he's a really damn good player. I think he was taken in either the 4th or the 6th round. Now you get guys who are capable of starting very late. And then worst case scenario, trading for interior defensive alignment is actually pretty cheap. So I love how the computer keeps changing its brightness on me. I'm losing my mind. But regardless, the Raiders taking Jordan Davis is ridiculous. The value is terrible right there. Giants getting Sam Howell, I did that as well. He shows flashes, man. I mean, he had a bounce back game. It's you need to be a little more patient. It's understandable to drop him to 9, 100%. But I had people saying, "Oh, I'm thrusting these quarterbacks ahead of them." Like I know PFF actually did a mock. I'll be doing a mock on that. This one just came out today, so got to get it while it's fresh. They had what's his name? They had Malik Willis at 1. And it's like that's just overreaction, like all over the place. Like you can't overreact that much. You guys see how consistency is over the entire season. Like what if he has a bad game, you're gonna drop him to the 3rd round? No, their talent is there. Sam Howell's talent is there. Spencer Rattler's talent is there. They had the performances that were worthy of a 3rd round selection. Doesn't mean they're 3rd rounders. They just had a bad game. That happens to people. So I'm happy that Sam Howell as well as Spencer Rattler are still in the top 10. They're both excellent quarterbacks with some very high level play that they've displayed. This one, Jackson Kirkland, he's dropping on me pretty fast. I originally had him as like a 2nd rounder. And then I fell in love with the idea that, hey, he's going to be pretty damn seasoned, has that versatility, very athletic. He just looks like he can't do anything against power at all. And that's really scary. And usually the guys who can do really well against power are the ones who are starting to succeed a bit more. You look at Rashawn Slater and how he was able to deal with Chase Young, who was just an absolute freak. He did really damn well. You look at the power freak himself, who's the right tackle for Tampa Bay. You look at Tristan Wirfs. I'm just going to leave it there. Mekhi Becton, stuff like that. Usually the smaller guys like Jackson Kirkland don't end up being high-level talents. Like a guy that the Panthers drafted. His name was Christian. Oh my God, Brady Christensen. I was like, his name's not Christian. But yeah, Brady Christensen, somebody I was extremely against. If you guys don't know me too well, I think that this pick, as much as I loved it, yeah, no. It's not good value anymore. And again, I know that Joe probably wrote this up last night, wrote it up a couple days ago. So again, let's relax a little bit. But I'm pretty sure they released it today, and he had plenty of time to edit it. I think that's a little bit lazy. That's just my thoughts. Next, you got Kenyan Green, really good pick. I think that Kenyan Green is a really talented player, and he looked pretty competent at tackle. So Giants apparently need the help, even though I like Peart, I like Thomas, I liked Hernandez, Gates. Like they have talented dudes on that line. I just don't know why they're not meshing. Kenyan Green is going to be an excellent addition to that team. I think that he should definitely go by that point. Andrew Booth to the Cardinals. That's certainly a good spot. Again, you guys will hear it every single time. I don't care which quarterback you take here out of Kyrie, Elam, Sauce Gardner, and Booth. They're all good. They're all fit. It just depends on what you want. Do you want the next Pat Pete? Then you're going to want to go to the heavier guys. If you want somebody who's a bit more dynamic and a bit more rangy, you get Andrew Booth. Really depends on what you're looking for. But for me, I like the other two guys for the Cardinals. I think they're better fits. Andrew Booth is a stud, no doubt about it. 13, Desmond Ritter. So we got overreaction time right here. I love Desmond Ritter too. He had a really good game in week 1. Now, I didn't check actually how he did this last week. That's my fault. But still, he's a really talented quarterback. He's just kind of also old. I don't know why they're taking an old quarterback for Washington. I don't see much more upside than Heineke. I don't really know much that Desmond Ritter does better than Taylor Heineke. So really don't know why that's the pick. You look at Carson Strong, he has upside. You look at Matt Corral, he has upside. Desmond, you know what you're getting. And that's probably not something Washington really needs. You need someone with actual upside there, because I think if you want someone who you know what you get, you just keep Heineke. And I don't think that's what you guys want. You want a high-end starter. Desmond Ritter, probably not that guy. Next, Matt Corral to the Steelers. I love it. Perfect fit for the Steelers. I think it's finally damn time that we get rid of Mason Rudolph. We get rid of just BS backups. No disrespect to Dwayne Haskins. He actually was able to come back and perform at a level that is respectable in the preseason, but he's not a franchise quarterback. Not anymore. Matt Corral definitely shows that. And I think that is going to be what the Steelers are looking for. I'm praying he falls to 14. Praying. Next, we got Ahmad Gardner to the Vikings. I love that. They have Pat Pete right now. That's perfect. I love that pick. Next, Broncos and Malik Willis. Apparently, that's amazing value. So, honestly, if you swap Malik Willis into the Washington spot, we could be talking a little bit more. I don't think that, again, it really feels like Joe made this a bit ago and did not watch the weekend, because the Broncos looked pretty damn good with Teddy. That's all I got to say. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. I hope that this was made before, even though it was dropped today, because otherwise, Malik Willis would be worth moving on from Teddy Bridgewater, but still, it's a little bit dumb in my opinion, if we want to just be frank here. Chargers getting Drake Jackson, again, another guy who is just not doing much. Again, it's like the guy has high end plays, but not often. I don't get you guys. I don't get the entire draft community loves Drake Jackson. He really okay, you have a couple high end plays, cool. Where's the consistency? No one cares if you get 1 sack in the entire season because you cannot show up and then you get burned every damn play. You have to be consistently impactful. Doesn't mean you have to get an impact every play, but you have to at least look like you can do something. Drake Jackson looks like he's there for 1 play a game. At most. 1 play. That's not a first-round pick. That's like a 7th-round pick. And I'm not saying he is that, because he does have talent, but y'all need to relax on this Drake Jackson hype. I swear. John Mechie having a pretty good season at Bama, but he's not anything compared to the last few guys that went through there. Stop overhyping Mechie, please. Saints, Garrett Wilson, I love that. I love that so much. So, yeah, I'm leaving it there. That's a really damn good pick. Eagles getting Karlaftis. Karlaftis is a beast. It's just injuries that are the issue. And again, this is a team in Philadelphia where injuries have been a very big factor and a reason why they have not been as dominant in the past. I think that offensive line might be another target, that guard spot, because Kelsey's going to retire, and I don't think you want Suamalu being the guy who's starting for you. So put Dickerson at center, get an actual guy to start at guard. You don't have to actually do that. You don't have to do that at all. Regardless, I just don't know if edge is the perfect spot, but I wouldn't complain. You are really deep at the edge position. I don't think Karlaftis is a need. I really don't. Okay, so at 21, the Cowboys get Brandon Joseph. And man, I have a love-hate relationship with Brandon Joseph right now because y'all know me. I was my number 5 guy in the draft class. I loved Brandon Joseph last year. 180 pounds is a bit thin, but he played his position so damn well. Joystick movement is perfection. I loved everything about him. And he was even pretty damn good in the run game. Not amazing. Not going to be Kyle Hamilton level, but he decided to put on 20 pounds to be more NFL size. He sucks now. Like, compared to what he used to be. He doesn't suck. Okay, that was a bit of an overreaction. But he is a shadow of himself. He's like, I saw him against Minnesota, and the dude was getting torched down the field. I'm like, this guy, it might have been against Minnesota. I'm pretty sure week 1 was against Minnesota. This dude used to be the fastest guy on the field. Lethal, dangerous, and he's getting burnt. Like, he gets is something that was so mind-boggling to me. And the way he was doing his pursuit angles showed me that he still thinks he's that fast, but he's not. It really hurts me. I think Brandon Joseph could be a really big steal for the Cowboys. I just don't have the faith in him. If he really thinks that he can't play at 180, I don't think he's worth a day 1 or maybe a mid day 2 pick. He's not the same. He's not the same. And that's what hurts me. Next, we got Zach Harrison to the Jets. That's a ballsy ass pick. Zach Harrison has a lot of potential, and I like him a lot. Just not that much. Like, this is really rich. Of all the edges on the board, I don't think Zach Harrison deserves to be one of the top ones taken. Granted, I usually do take him at the end of the first. He's very large and very athletic, but he's a bit over fat, not overweight, because weight, who cares what weight is? Your composition is the only thing that really matters when it comes to an edge. If you are above a certain threshold, he's more of a fat weight than anything. That's something I kind of worry about, but I just don't really think he is that high end, and he could be an amazing star for Robert Saleh there, but I genuinely don't believe Zach Harrison would be the right move. And I don't think the Jets would think so either. So I don't know. If they weren't going to go, because I know they got AVT, they traded up. If they weren't going to go after, I'm bugging, Jalen Phillips. I think his name's Jalen Phillips. But it's the guy who I was totally for and against at the same time last year. If they didn't get him, the new player, last draft, they're not getting Zach Harrison at 22. That's the bottom line. Next, you got Colts with Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan, man, he's shown some really good flashes. And his quarterback does nothing to help him out. Zero. DTR is, in my opinion, the pound for pound worst starter in Division I football. I don't know why this guy's on a field. Genuinely. I think it's because of the Elite 11 hype. It just compromises the entire team. It's why they run the ball so much and why they try to get some really good running backs. It's because their quarterback can't play. He sucks. So Sean Ryan, when you see pressures and stuff like that coming off him, you got to see why. Russell Wilson in the NFL even runs into sacks, right? But DTR is just terrible in terms of pocket presence. And it really hurts the offensive line. I think a quarterback like Carson Wentz, who understands how to maneuver a pocket, will be able to show that Sean Ryan is an excellent player. And they're on their 3rd string left tackle right now, or even 4th stringer, because I'm pretty sure that actually the 3rd stringer got hurt. This is a desperate need. And Sean Ryan's an excellent fill right there. Worst case scenario, you could go over, I think, Glasgow. I think that's his name. But, regardless, let's continue. Titans with Nakobe Dean. There's an overreaction to week 1. Nakobe Dean looks really good. But damn, are you saying Nakobe Dean's a 1st rounder? He hasn't really done jack before this last week. So really, I can't stand the extreme overreactions. You saw Christian Harris and Henry Teoto, they were excellent. Why are they not ahead of Nakobe Dean, who's like, he's damn talented, but hasn't shown, like, before the season, we weren't talking about Nakobe Dean as a top 3-round player. Why is he in the first now? Just overreaction, clickbait. This is the thing that sometimes irritates me about some of these mockers, is that I feel like some of these picks are just for clickbait. Next, Majai Sanders to the Browns. I think, again, they could go after another linebacker like Christian Harris here. It's just something that's on my mind. I like the position right here for the Dolphins with Brandon Smith. Don't know enough about Brandon Smith to actually make a legitimate comment, but I do know I've heard some very good things about him. I think he'd be a good fit there if the rumors that I've been hearing are true. Also, I went over this pick too quickly. The edge position for the Browns is a definite need with Jadeveon Clowney probably not going to stay there. We'll see, but they could use some extra depth there anyways. The Browns are stacked. Next, Aidan Hutchinson to the Ravens. With how he's been playing, I think that he could probably be up there with the Browns pick. Really damn good player. Really good player. Could be thrusting up into that around that Jets pick as well. I am liking how he's developed because he used to be pretty boring and pretty mediocre. He's taken a big step up this year, and I love that. George Pickens, again, why? This guy's going to be out, I think, for the entire year. Brochman said it's because of the combine. Like, really? Like, I'm not saying really to Brochman's comment, but like really to like these guys, like the combine doesn't matter nearly as much as injury history as well as just in general your play. George Pickens was not phenomenal, showed flashes, was not phenomenal, and has a terrible injury history now. Like tearing your ACL and not being able to play, you're kind of screwing yourself. So just saying, hey, you're going to be coming out and you're still going to be a first-round pick, that doesn't make sense to me. No, especially when Traylon Burks is on the board too. Next, Thayer Munford. Thayer Munford's actually had some issues. I watched the entire Ohio State versus Oregon game. He's had some issues at guard. He is a solid tackle, but I just don't know if the Bills getting Thayer Munford is going to solve anything. Also, the best interior offensive lineman on the board, on my entire draft board, is still on the board, and that's Tyler Linderbaum. Like, you're giving respect right here. Again, no offense to Jordan Davis. You're giving respect, like that type of level of respect to Jordan Davis, but not to an unbelievable center prospect. It's just kind of ridiculous to me. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit butthurt about this. Phil Dracovic to the Lions, another ridiculously overhyped pick right there. Phil Dracovic has talent, but he's a third rounder. He's not special. I don't know why people are starting to think this class is not special. You have dudes who can be. Phil Dracovic's not really one of them. It's just, I don't know. I'm not even going to comment more on that, man. I'm getting all uptight. I'm not a fan of this mock draft at all. It's just one of those days, I guess. Buccaneers getting Kennard. You know me. I love that pick. And we're ending off well right here with Kennard. At least it was one of the last two picks. And then Traylon Burks. I mean, excellent value, but the only reason he's there is because there was terrible picks before. So, I mean, I genuinely don't think this is a good mock draft. We'll see how PTST starts doing theirs because we're starting to do them. But, I just genuinely don't think that this is a good mock draft. There's a lot of stuff in here that would change. So let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.